So I've got a good idea in that. I'm not concerned about the market now. I'm trying to list and make the best listing I can so that I can get people to want to buy my product. Number one thing I'm going to do is continue my keyword research. I'm going to drill down a lot harder in keywords, and I'm going to establish a seed set of keywords that I'm going to be using. It's my understanding Amazon has done some real good stuff on the back end keyword thing, and you can put like 5,000 keywords in 2 lines. It's insane, which is great, which means you can just shred keywords. You definitely want to try to rank for the main keywords, which is one of the ones with the most traffic to it. And so we're going to determine what those are when we do our keyword research here. It's going to help us determine that market, which keywords we need to get, things like that to get things started. This is always being optimized, guys, so we'll go over that in a little bit. With the keywords, we're going to help develop our title. And the title is numero uno, right? The title is what develops or puts us in the search results, right? Somebody comes in, they go to Amazon, they search for toothpicks. Guess what? Toothpicks needs to be in your title of your product to get it. Now, you can rank for strange stuff. I have ranked for the word custom when there wasn't any, because we did a custom bundle, and my first keywords were my first title, and the first 2 words of my title were custom bundle. And so if you search custom bundle, we were there, we ranked hard. But we weren't searching for we weren't ranking for the right keywords, and we had to make some adjustments. There's a lot of different ways to do it. A lot of people preach a few different ways. I actually listened to one of my close friends who tells me that. Those of you who know him know his name's Brian Johnson. He's got great stuff. I've known him for quite a while. He's been friends with Jeff even longer. He's one of the smartest guys I know. I let him tell me he's got better. He's smarter than I am at that. But I do use his methods. They work very well. Generally, I don't put my name. I'm not trying to rank my name as a keyword necessarily, because I really don't care about that. I'm ranking for what people are searching, and when you're starting in this, and when you're putting up new products, and you have a new company, nobody knows who you are. If you're Sony, if you're Samsung, if you're one of the big boys, if you're a big boy like that, yeah, put it up in there. If you're a nobody, you can put it in, but I don't think I would put it in as my first 2 words or 1 word or anything like that. I'd rather use the main keywords that I want to rank for there, and then if I'm going to put my name in, I may put it at the end, like buy and my company, something like that. So we're going to build the title so that we come up in the search. That way when people search for that product and they get that list of products, you're going to show up. It's important that we show up. If we don't show up, they don't see us. If they don't see us, they don't buy. So the title gets us searched. They make us search. Getting our keywords indexed and getting in there so we can be searched is extremely important. Second most important thing in our listing is the picture. I'm skipping copy right now. The reason why is because once they come up in the search, what's the first thing you do? Just look at human nature, human psychology, human characteristics. What they do is they search. We use heat maps to watch websites a lot. Okay, there's one called Hotjar. There's quite a few of them. There's ones that are free. I have them on all my sites. And I can go on my site and I can see exactly what people do. A really, really accurate representation. They're going to search. It's going to come up. There's going to be a list, and they're going to look at the pictures on the left-hand side on Amazon. Straight down the pictures. That's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to be scanning pictures and titles because they've already searched for the product. Now they're looking at that picture, and the picture's going to grab their attention. So if you've got a plain Jane boring junk picture, you're not going to have a chance of grabbing their attention. And more people are getting better with their photos, so you need to be even better. So getting their attention with your branding, your package, your photo, super important. How you can do that, we can talk about details on that later, but we want to make sure we have good photographs because we're going to grab their attention. Because once we grab their attention, what is it that people do? Well, using heat maps, we can see that as soon as they do that, they start to scan to the right, and to the right they scan to the price. So they're doing a search. They're going to check and make sure that what they search for is what's showing up in that nice page 1. Then they're going to look at the photographs and scan and find the one that they're attracted to. Then they're going to look at the price. If your price is in the market, In other words, if you don't have to be the highest, you don't have to be the lowest. As long as you're within the market, you're going to be good. Guys, if you're pricing yourself to be the lowest, you're killing yourself and you're killing the market that you're in. Too many people online compete on price and don't understand how to do that. Use a bell curve. Look at the highest price and the lowest price, throw them in the garbage, and don't even think about putting your price there. I do not want to be the lowest. I want to be equal to or at the middle of the road or the most expensive. I try to stay out of the bottom, because if you're out of the bottom, you're in a race to the bottom, and your margins go away, and that product soon loses all its steam and all its money, and you're going to end up wanting to you'll end up having to divorce that product, and so it isn't going to make it happen. So price is the one that gets them to buy, guys. After the title gets you in the search, the picture gets their attention. Now, the copy, I call it the great tiebreaker. Because if they're searching and they find, and there's a couple of them they're interested in looking at, and your photograph and your price are appealing, but they want to know more, and there's a lot of smart people who do on Amazon, they're going to click on the link and open up your listing. And hopefully you have more than one photo and you have lots of good stuff that kind of lets them envision themselves using your product and gives them the great benefit statements and things like that that you're going to put in your copy, right? Because those are the reasons to buy. Don't put features. Nobody cares about features. Who really cares? Unless that feature is a benefit. It's really easy to get confused between features and benefits. They are different. But the copy is the reason to buy. So structure your copy as those reasons to buy, but at the same time, ensure that you're seeding your copy with keywords that you found doing your keyword research. Okay? I use the bullet points as my benefit statements, because I want that's there. It's right next to the picture when they first click on it and open it up. It's right there. Benefit, 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 benefit. Benefit needs to speak to them. Why? And generally, it needs to address a solution to a problem. That's really it. Okay. If you can do that, then people are more likely to make it happen. So that's going to do it. And then the description I use as even a bigger tiebreaker to add more information. Once you start doing and you get more advanced, you can start doing things like Vendor Express and get into Amazon Marketing Services and things like that. You can really have a great time building up killer web pages. So those things happen. And last, I like to talk about categories. A lot of people are playing the category game. And, you know, and Brian will probably talk more about this. Other people will talk about it a lot. And for a long time, people would go and stick their stuff in some crazy subcategory, or even in a completely an unrelevant category. And because they could rank their product and get a bestseller badge or something like that, and get more traffic that way. One of the things that I've never really done it, because generally people are smart, and Amazon got smart to that stuff pretty quick, and we see that if your categories aren't relevant, Amazon starts to be unhappy with you. So what we want to do is keep Amazon happy. So ensure you put your stuff in categories that are relevant. If you're selling toothpicks, it probably goes into the home and garden area. It probably goes under some subcategory in there, so that way it will be relevant. And based on your keywords in your listings, Amazon will also apply it to other categories. All right, so actually, did we break here and open up for questions last time, Jeff? Oops.
It was go back right. Yeah, it was right there on this slide was where we broke the FBA prep. I remember was at the top of the slide that we broke at yesterday.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So we can break for a
Yeah,
second. There's a couple sourcing questions if you want to do those, and then
yeah.
keep
Let's
going,
do that,
or we
because
can
that's a
keep
better
going.
place to do it, and then we'll talk a little bit about
Okay.
some other things. So I can pop
Um,
over.
well, actually, there's this one. So Barb was asking, is sourcing from China the only way to go? What about sourcing from U.S. manufacturers, wholesalers to save all the importing time and hassles?
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely find wholesalers. I built $1 million a year Amazon store. I have more than one Amazon store, so uh, I have quite a few Amazon.